beat the hell out of me every day, was an alcoholic. I ended up suffering with toxic stress. The last incident that happened in our family was my dad came home one night from work real drunk, and when he got drunk, he got real violent. He had me go in the room, take all my clothes off. This was very typical. It's a typical day for our family. And, you know, you didn't have to do anything like major for him to beat your ass. He just get mad and just beat you up. So I was about 8 years old, and my dad had me go in the bedroom. He was very tactical, mind tactics. Had me lay on the bed, 90-degree angle, so my butt was hanging off. Door shut, so my back was facing the door. And I waited there for 45 minutes. He walked up and was beating me all over the place. My mom saw it. She walked in, and it was one of the worst beatings I ever got. She said something to him, set him off. He smacked her in the face, knocked her out, grabbed her by her hair, dragged her down the stairs by her hair. We ended up leaving Buffalo, New York, and we went to a small town in Brazil, Indiana. So at this time, my mom's, she did this for 17 years. I did it for 8. And her soul was taken by him. I was all messed up, had a horrible foundation, and we moved to a place called Brazil, Indiana. Brazil, Indiana was about 15 minutes from Center Point. Center Point was the hub of the KKK at the time. So there was about 5 black families. We were one of them. So coming from this foundation from Buffalo, New York, and moving to this area, it was horrible for me. But when you're young, being a young black kid with a bunch of whites wasn't that bad. And like I said, about 5 black families. But I didn't realize I had a severe learning disability. Because like when I was growing up, I never went to school. My dad had us work in the skating rink, the family business. He didn't believe in going to school. So fast forward, my third grade year comes, and I'm copying the whole time. I'm cheating on every test because they want to put me in a special school. We all know what special means. You're about to be, have a nice title on you for the rest of your life. So when I heard this, I started this cheating. So when I got to my junior year in high school, I had a 3rd grade reading level. My mom never saw a report card. We lived in a $7 a month place. We lived in a government subsidized apartment, food stamps, all that good stuff. And when I was about 14 years old, my mom met a guy. So we moved from Brazil, Indiana to Indianapolis, Indiana. He got murdered. When he got murdered, we moved back to Indianapolis, Indiana, Brazil, Indiana. By this time, the kids were grown. And when you're young, they don't know black and white. You're just David Goggins. When you get in high school, they start realizing you look a little different. So I got my car. My first car I ever got was a brown Citation. I pull up to school, leave it there all day, come out of school, and spray paint on it. Was, "Nigger, we're going to kill you." So this went on from my sophomore year to my senior year. But my junior year, I was like, I got to get the hell out of Brazil, Indiana. And I was like, I want to go in the Air Force. I had to get out of here. Let me join the military. So I went to the military, and the guy was like, hey, you got to take an ASVAB test. Having a 3rd grade reading level, I didn't know you had to take a test to get in the military. So the ASVAB test, I sit down trying to take it, and I got a 20 the first time. So I went back home and got my best friend Johnny so I can copy off of him. Johnny came in, took the test. He had test A, I had test B. So I couldn't cheat. So long story short, you get 3 chances to take this ASVAB test. On the 3rd chance, I had 6 months to pretty much study for this test. That's when my whole life got revealed to my mom. She was always gone. She didn't know I was flunking out of school. She didn't know I wasn't going to school because I was getting bullied, getting called nigger, all this other stuff. So I walk in, tell my mom what's going on. We didn't have much money, so she got me a tutor for 1 hour a week that cost $15. So I had 6 months, 4 hours a month to study. And what the tutor realized was I can't retain anything from all the toxic stress. I don't know if it's a learning disability or what. I just can't retain stuff. My mind was just messed up from my life. So how I learned was I had to get spiral notebooks. And literally, if I had a manual, I had to write down every single word of the manual. So what may take you an hour to learn would take me 6 or 7 days to learn, and just literally write it down. So I didn't really retain it. I just memorized it. So I can go in my mind right now. I remember page 71, look at the question and go, okay, that's what I saw, that's how I remember it, and put it down. So I ended up passing the test. I passed the test, go back, get in the Air Force, and I wanted to be an Air Force pararescueman. It's like a special operations guy. And I didn't know that blacks in water, not so much. I didn't know this, though. So in special ops, what gets everybody is the water, you know, and being that there's only 1% of all special operations that are black, had no idea at 19 years old this was the case, they give you this warning order. So now I passed this ASVAB test. I'm a senior in high school, and I'm going through this warning order, and it's push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, all this stuff. And so I'm doing all this, but the last page has swimming. Okay, easy day. I went to Barnes & Noble, wherever I went. I got a how-to book on swimming. First page was easy, float, right? So my black ass gets in the water, and I'm like, okay, it's cool. I didn't know any of this shit, all right? So I get in the water, and everything was literally, I taught myself everything in my whole life. So I get in the water, and I lay back, I'm looking up, and I lawn dart to the bottom of the pool. I'm on the bottom of the pool, literally walking like this. Looking up, thinking, what the hell? So I can't even swim, so I push off, I grab the gunnel, the lifeguard sees me, comes over and says, hey, I've taught thousands of people how to swim. I said, okay, great, man. He goes, okay, look, just relax. You just need to relax. Swimming is all about relaxing. Okay, relax, lets me go. Lawn dart down the pool. I come up, he says, man, you're fucked. I said, why, man? He goes, well, you're negative buoyant. I know what that was. I do now, obviously. Negative buoyancy is, you know, pretty much you sink in the daggone water. You can't float. So most of you white people out here can float. 70% of African Americans have heavier bone density, therefore, it's not too fun. It's like throwing a cat in the fucking water. So basically, I take the same mentality that I had to become this intelligent guy you all see today. And I applied that, yeah. Make me feel better.